Alright, so basically start out going to the proper web address, and I'll give you these passwords when you need them. This is a WP admin to get into the back of your WordPress here. Dr. Lance, and the password that I'll give you too. Okay, so basically you're going to come in here. We're creating a new post instead of a new page, so a new blog post. So you're going to want to go to post and add a new one. So that gives you a blank page here, and then you'll go to your Word doc here, copy all of it, and do Control All there, and Control C. Okay, so go down here, paste it all in there. You'll want to take your title, put it up here with the title, and then clean that up there. Okay, so now we've got our basic stuff in here. We've got our title, we've got our content. We'll go ahead and preview it just to kind of see if it's starting right. Alright, so basically this is kind of your second tag here to open it up. So we're going to do a H2, a heading 2, and then we're going to close it with that little close tag there. H2, give it a little space. I would look at that, but we'll go ahead and do this too. These are little bullet points here, so we'll go ahead and delete those, but it's fine that you make it like that. It makes it easy on me.
Yeah, I didn't want to put something that you might not recognize.
Okay, so iString, go ahead and highlight it. And this is the easiest way to do it. You can actually do it one of two ways. So we'll highlight it. Well, actually, first we need to put our UL. And they go in order here. And then the LI is the list item.
Huh.
So I highlighted it, list item.
What's a UL?
I don't know. List item. Okay, and once you're done with that, then you close your UL here. I'll have to look that up. For here, we'll go ahead and do a H3. We don't want it as big as this one, but we do want to kind of segment it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so now we've got, kind of our headline under our big headline. This is our H1 tag. This is H2. And then we're breaking it down into common symptoms, and you've got these nice little dots there to look kind of neat. So, and yet again, you can see how you kind of did this here. So we could actually bold it, or I guess we'll do the H3 like we did here too. So that's kind of how you had it. So that'll look good there. Okay, so that, yeah, okay, all right, yeah, I don't think there's an easy way to do the H3, so you just got to plug it in manually. Oh, okay, so you get some more bullet points here, right?
Yeah, so on that one, we keep that as H3, or we change that to H4?
Oh, is this breaking it down? Let me see here how you have that. So you're kind of, yeah, this might be, I don't know if we have an H4 tag, but we'll see.
Or do you just want to bold that one?
Yeah, let's just bold it for now. Got the B for bold.
Okay, so you just highlight, click B, and that'll bold it.
Yep. Okay, so go ahead and take that out again, and let's see. I don't know if we want to list this here. Let's actually bold these instead. Okay. Let's see what they look like with the list real quick.
So the list, you need to do both the UL and the LI.
Might look a little funky here, but I think we can clean it up.
Now, Cameron, is the UL in the beginning and the LA in the end?
Yeah, and it's kind of how it's set up on here, so you can know that from left to right you got your UL before your LI.
Okay.
And I think the OL numbers them.
I see.
before we get too
So you just
carried
put the
away.
UL in once?
Yeah, and then you have to close it off. And obviously we had these up here that we bullet pointed, and then we closed it off, and then it's regular standard, and now we're listing again, but we'll have to see how that looks here. Okay, so we got that. We might need to do something about that. It looks okay, but okay. I like how I actually bolded this one too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is strong and strong, so we can do that again for this one. Bold. Okay, we'll keep going here. I closed it off just to see what it looked like, but
okay.
I'll stick this down to the bottom here. Okay.
So you do the UL just at the very top, then everything else is LI, then the very bottom of that thing you do the UL close.
Again, yep. And you had this one bolded, I believe.
Yeah.
So kind of see how that looks here. Oop, didn't remember to bold them, so. Okay, I think that's looking all right. Let's see. I'm gonna do a H2 here instead with the computer vision, so that way it's kind of goes from here and then kind of a new break here. So let's do the H2 instead of the H3 there.
Now, does H2 just means it gives it the same look as the? You can put as many H2s in as you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. But they just all look the same.
Yeah. Yeah. With Google, they really look for the H1, and then they'll kind of pay attention to the H2 because you're given kind of I mean, obviously these are bullet points, but these are actually kind of bullet points too, if you will. So okay, so we had that, and then we kind of just gave it a little bit different headline here. Yeah. Okay. I hate this so bad. I don't know why it does that. I need to figure that out. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So yeah, that's basically all you need to know. And then from there, I mean, you can. The spacing really doesn't make a difference unless you're seeing it on here. But it's nice to kind of keep it, a little tidy.
Yeah.
And then you don't really need to worry about this too much. I will go in here, but all you need to do is save the draft. So then you can email me and say, hey, I've got the computer vision syndrome post drafted and ready to go on there, so that way I can come back in here and put in some tags, put in some of the title stuff. This is for a little bit of SEO stuff, even though that's kind of changed a little bit. So that's about it.
Can I go in? Can you do another preview?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now when you go back, now when I come in, if I want to just look at this one again, do I just go to all posts and then find the computer vision syndrome, click on that, then I can find this, then I can be back at this page again?
Yep, you go to posts. If you click on posts, it'll actually bring it all up, and it's the latest one that you did, so it'll be there, and it also says draft by there. So.
Got it.
So yeah, these are ones that have been published. This one's actually a draft for a while back that we were thinking about doing. So
okay. So I just wanted to see, because that it all makes sense, very straightforward what you're doing. But I know with the retention span that I've got, that 6 hours from now or 1 day from now, I might forget the UL or the LI, how they kind of fit in. So
yeah.
I want to see if I get back in the one we just did. I
Yeah.
can physically look at it and say, okay, I remember that.
Yeah, so we're doing posts here,
Okay.
so because it's basically a new blog post that we're introducing and getting out. If there was a page, sometimes I have you create pages too, but
I meant just for the post, just
Yeah,
to be
just
able
for
to
the
find
post.
what we just
Yeah,
did.
so
I'll have the recording, the video
Mhm.
you'll be sending,
Mhm.
but then I can physically go back and look at this to kind of show me
Yep.
what we did.
Yep, and basically that's all you need to do is copy and paste the content in, put your title up here, and this will actually calculate on its own. If it doesn't calculate right, just don't even mess with it, or you can click edit and change it to our title here. But we do a lot of bullet points, so yeah, there's probably going to be the H2. This yet again is the H1. So you don't have to plug that in. It's just the title. So that's the H1. So then you start in with the smaller of the 2 or 3 H tags.
Now, is the H2 or 3, does that actually give it a different font size?
Yeah, for the most part, but it looks like the H3 is actually a little bit bigger than the H2, which is fine. It's whatever. It just kind
But
of
that's something you can go in and tweak a little
Yeah,
bit. if you
yeah.
want. Getting back to the very basic, we opened a new post, then you just copy and pasted from a Word document.
Mm-hmm.
That was just it, and then
Mhm.
started editing from here with the new post.
Yep.
And you gave it an H1, so you didn't need to do a save as. When you do a new post, does it just read the headline, or do you give it the computer vision?
The save draft, once you kind of got everything where you want it, you save the draft, and even if you throw it in there, you can save the draft, and then if you made your changes, you can save the draft. But you can usually just do that at the end. If you get to putting a lot of work in there, you know how computers can be. Sometimes you do 30 minutes of work and then it'll crash on you. So it's always good to save as you go a little bit. But yeah, that's basically about it. So that's kind of your save as here is your save draft. Yeah. So. And to answer your last question, yeah, you can go back to posts and it'll give you some options here to see all posts. And that way you can check back on the recent article. If you had to leave or something and you saved it, you have to check back here and click on the title to get back to where you were. So yeah, that's what you were asking in that last question. So you'll have to click your posts and it'll calculate by the title that we gave it. So you'll be able to find it by that title there.